What is up, my beautiful people? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Exile451 here with yet another daily dose of Reddit Happy. Going back into r/self-improvement today for some stories that I'm sure are gonna inspire you to want to be better. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Our first story is from user probably IDK though. Broke up with a toxic boyfriend months late, started working out every morning, down 8 pounds so far, and got spirituality back in my life. I have friends again. They were there the whole time, but they distanced themselves with me because they didn't know how to tell me they thought my now ex-boyfriend was trouble or gave them bad vibes. I gave up on me wanting toxic people to be my friends. If my gut says something is up and they make me feel uneasy being around them, they aren't good for me. I learned to trust my gut. I started doing bodywork and Reiki, and I am getting these amazing Zen moments of acceptance and extreme presence in the moment. It's the best feeling. I've even now got a 4.0. I'm sober and have been through heartbreak and picking myself up. I'm not letting anyone or anything stop me from working hard to have the life I deserve. I'm learning who I am again now that I've cut people off. I know I'm clever, extremely bright, loving, kind, I can amuse myself easily, silly, I'm good at sitting with pain, yoga, I'm actually not a shy, quiet person who needs someone to take the lead, I'm not insecure, and I'm super spiritual. Seriously, cutting out bad vibes from your life is freaking amazing. The scariest part is getting the courage to find your courage and wield it. I still have a lot I need to get going on, but for 1 week or maybe 2 of saying no to others and yes to myself, I'm feeling like it's all daisies from here. Well, OP, congrats on being able to get out of a toxic relationship like that. It's not easy to do when they can crawl inside your head and make you think that you're dependent on them, and when your support network isn't really there for you as much because they don't want to be around the person you're with. Having that kind of courage, having that kind of confidence to walk away from something like that and embrace being alone is really difficult to muster, but it's so often the case that the most painful things for us often end up being the best things for us. Now it's up to you to be there for someone else who's in that similar situation and not back away, to be there for them when they need their help in getting out of a relationship like that. But you're strong, you're confident, you can do this just like anyone can. You found your courage. Now it's time to show others how to wield theirs. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and wherever you're at right now, I truly do wish you the best. Our next story is from user IDFK What to Do Now. I've been a loser all my life and want to change. Starting off with a rant about my life for context. I don't have a defeated mind state or victim complex. It gets optimistic later on. I'm 22, still living at home with my parents and sharing a room with my 11 and 12-year-old brother and sister. I've struggled with a severe inferiority complex, social anxiety, and long-term depression my whole life. Currently taking Ritalin and Wellbutrin. I did terrible in high school due to my mental health struggles, as well as, at the time, undiagnosed and unmedicated ADD. I was smart, but dead inside and unmotivated, so my teachers had no desire to help me thrive since they perceived me as capable but lazy. They weren't wrong, to be honest. I haven't seen any success socially in life yet, as I've only had 2 friends in my life, one in elementary school who moved and one who I played Xbox with sometimes in high school. I was never bullied, but always the quiet loner/outcast type. Needless to say, I've never had a girlfriend. I'm still a virgin and have actually not even had a first kiss yet. Girls usually compliment me and say I'm good looking, but despite their initial attraction, quickly lose interest when they start to get to know me, as I have a very dull personality due to a life of social isolation and lack of adequate social development in my formative years. Even if I was in a position to put dating on my priority list, the state of my life is so degenerate that I would be mortified to let another person into it. Since high school, I have had 3 dead-end jobs that offer a mind-numbingly low level of cognitive stimulation. Walmart and 2 grocery stores, one of which I currently work at. I also don't have a car or driver's license. I don't want to and won't let my life up to this point defeat my present and future self. But it's hard to find the motivation to turn your life around when the state of your life makes you embarrassed to exist in your own skin every day. My current living situation is eroding my mental health even further. But since in my teens I was suicidally depressed and gave up on life, seeing no future for myself, I have no financial means or prospects to change that in a reasonable time frame. The only marketable skill to my name is an intermediate level of music production and audio engineering knowledge. However, I'm self-taught, so that's self-evaluation. But I have no platform to turn that into income. In my desperation for a new life, I recently attempted to enlist in the US Army and was genuinely excited about the fresh start and serving my country. But unfortunately, I was permanently disqualified from military service at the MEPS due to my history of mental health issues and several medications taken after the age of 12. Basically, I'm not qualified to do anything that would allow me to support myself and to live with some dignity for once. It seems like my only option is to stick out the 2 years of community college and transfer, but the idea of living at home, having no privacy, feeling like a man-child leech for 2 more years is unbearable. I can't take it for that long. The drive/motivation just isn't there, no matter how badly I want to change. I'm objectively a loser, but I'd really like to see if I have what it takes to be a normally functioning human for once. I have no options, but I won't kill myself or keep living like this, so I need to figure out something quick. The military was my grand escape plan, so now that that's off the table, I'm trying to see this as an opportunity to redefine myself and find a new path in life. I plan to try my hand at screenplay and novel writing, but that will take years before it's fruitful, if ever. I feel like I've spent my life stuck in quicksand and I'll never get out. So I have a few questions for the functional society members of Reddit. For myself and others like me who could learn from this, what drives your desire to get crap done every day and not stagnate? If you've ever had to motivate yourself through a period where nothing in your day made you happy, how? How did you get out of your parents' house and become self-sufficient? Or just anything related or helpful for us degenerates? Well, first off, OP, don't call yourself a degenerate. A degenerate is someone whose life is completely a mess, who lives solely for their own self-gratification and has no desire to change any of that. You are not one of them. What you are is someone who's young, who's just trying to find your way in the world. I'll tell you right now, audio editing and mastering and things like that are a skill that can be high in demand if you know where to look for it. There are places out there, sites like Upwork or Fiverr, that, while you may not make a whole ton of money at first, will at least allow you to get your foot in the door and get yourself more experienced and start developing a client list, if that's what you're interested in. Regardless, there is a path forward for you. It's never too late to try and start doing something. Yeah, it might suck to have to live with your parents, to have to be kind of where you're at right now for the next little bit, but eventually down the line, you'll be grateful for the support that they gave you and for the sacrifices you had to make to get to where you are. I promise you, there is a path forward for you and for anyone else who may feel like they're stuck in this similar situation. If anyone else watching this video has any advice or resources for this Redditor, then please, by all means, post them in the comments so we can help him out. But wherever you're at, OP, I truly do believe that you have a bright future ahead of you. I can tell just from your writing, you're incredibly intelligent and articulate, you just have some things to work on. But you have a future. You do have things going for you. Don't ever believe that you don't. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and I truly wish you the best. Please update and let people know where you end up going with your life. Our next post is from user JaneShao27191. But first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit Happy. All it took for me to gain confidence was to get rejected. All my life, I've been crazy insecure. Insecure about my hair, about my weight, about my face. I would constantly feel inferior to everyone. I would buy clothing that I'd be scared to wear in public because I'd think that people would think I was weird for wearing it. Well, that was until about a year ago when I approached my crush and gave him my number. What was I thinking? No idea, honestly. Did he ever call or text me back? Nope. Was I incredibly heartbroken? Yes! I cried so much, spent so many nights beating myself up over possibly not being good enough for him, wondering what I could have possibly done wrong. And then I began tormenting myself. Did he think I was ugly? Was I truly hideous? I was so heartbroken. Although this post isn't about recovering from rejection, I do have to say that time is the best medicine. Time passed by and I took him off the pedestal. All the attention I once gave to him, I began giving to myself. I got a haircut, changed my glasses, and then got contact lenses. Changed my clothing style and even lost a few pounds. Months passed by and I began feeling so much better. And now, I am so proud of myself. I walk around school feeling confident, and a few days ago, I wore pants that I bought a long time ago and have only worn once because I feared people thought they looked weird. I noticed that I no longer had these doubtful feelings. I felt so confident. I knew I looked good. Something I used to think was cocky to ever say. My biggest advice to everyone wanting to gain confidence is to give it time. I used to wish there was some magical pill I could take to finally become confident in myself. But sadly there isn't. At least not yet. And even if there ever will be, the best way to gain confidence is to work for it. Take pride in what you do and how you can change to better yourself. Don't feel cocky like I did. You are doing nothing wrong for being confident in yourself. And if there is something or someone holding you back, remember that sometimes it's best to let go for yourself. Sometimes it's best to lose someone to find yourself. Well, that certainly ties in with the first post here. But seriously, OP, that is so good that you learned how to be able to be confident in who you are. Sometimes it does take those hard experiences for us to really learn what's important and how to love ourselves. And you have managed to do that, and at what I'm assuming is a fairly young age. Take pride in that. Don't let your confidence go to your head so much that you would become arrogant, but take pride in how far you've come, where one rejection doesn't shatter you like it had. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and I truly wish you the best wherever you're at. That was r/self-improvement, and if you want more self-improvement stories of people making changes in their lives for the better, then feel free to check out the playlist link in the description below. Now you guys go out there, have a great weekend. I will see you all on Monday. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.